Hi, I was partway through editing my first video and it felt remiss not to sort of talk you through what my planner system is at the moment as part of that. So this is kind of like a part two slash maybe this should have gone up first, but talking you through what the system is currently, and I will also film what my setup was last year as well, I think. So this is a 2024. This is my system. I'm hoping the audio is going to be okay on this and not too echoey, but also I'm going to try not to be too precious about things either. So to get into it, we'll start with this book on the top and just work our way down. I think that's probably most straightforward. So up on the top, we've got the Hobonichi A6 Avec. I've got the Have a Nice Day cover from this year. I really like the black one from a few years ago, but I was struggling to find it anywhere. And this is a lovely blue. It's sort of like a powdery blue. Now within this cover, I have, as well as the Avec, I've got this sort of little pocket notebook from Moleskine. TK Maxx and the stationery section there is like a blessing and a curse, because I can't seem to help myself but have a look. And I had a bit of a phase last year, kind of the year before, of kind of collecting notebooks even though I didn't have a set purpose for them, which is kind of handy now because I've got some to go to if I ever feel like drawing anything, writing in anything, messing around with paper in some way. But also it's probably a bit excessive. But this pocket notebook, I'll show you. It's sort of, they come in sets. I got a couple at the time. Come in sets. Oh no, I only got one set. Okay, so it wasn't like two over the top. They come in sets like this. So you get a good few to go at, so to speak. So these Moleskines, this set, I think maybe cost me £5 or £6 from TK Maxx, because that's the way TK Maxx is. And these are like scribbles on the go. So I try and keep the A6 quite neat and orderly and tidy. So if I'm out somewhere and it's literally just remember to listen to this podcast, then that's what I'll do. I've got a sticker on the front. That's from Doomsday Co., which is a clothing brand, but they do sticker sets and things like that as well, with a little star on it. I started in this at the same time as the A6. So I kind of retired my weeks and my cousin at that point. And initially, this had a couple of weekly spreads in. I'll just go through it, to be fair. I'll just do that. Firstly, I've got some dot stickers, smiley faces and things like that. I try not to carry around too many stickers day to day, just because I find it gets very messy very quickly. So there's this little pile of them here. They were put together with a paper clip, but that seems to have gone walkabout, so I'll freshen that up in a second. Very front cover, I always just like to have a little bit of cover page. This is a business card from Megan Rhiannon. This is one of her stickers. I've got it backed on some black watercolour paper. I did an order with Flying Tiger ages and ages ago, and I meant to buy white watercolour paper for painting. I bought black for some reason, so now I just use it as backing card, like this sort of bookmark I've made here. I don't know if that's in shot or not. Yes, it is. This is the same material. It's just kind of nice to make things feel a bit more solid. So that's that. I do have a key for it here, but I can't remember why. Yeah, no, I didn't put it at the beginning. I've got a key. Dot stickers. These are from Wilco. Rest in peace. So social things, appointments, to-do lists, creative ideas, recommendations, quotes, and other. So initially I put weekly spreads in here. So I'll expand on this a little bit shortly, but I'm loving the A6, but sometimes I just feel the need to see my week at a glance. I had that in the cousin, didn't utilise it for some reason, and then once I didn't have it, I missed it. So it's a bit of a hodgepodge, this. There's some weekly spreads in here. There's some sort of thoughts about how I want my planner layout to work, like me thinking about doing these little bookmarks, which is now here. Occasionally quotes, mostly sort of ad hoc to-do lists before I'd started in the A6. Things that I'm writing rough notes about and then sort of translate into other books sometimes. Some tarot reading bits and pieces that, again, they're just sort of scrappy. A lot of the time people will recommend me albums and things like that, and unless I write it down, I'll forget. Sometimes I used to write it on Google Keep, and even then I just forget. I will say that since I've been in the A6, my use of this has slowed down quite a bit, but it's not something that I intend to fill out massively quickly. It's just a handy go-to, and I will probably get through a couple of these in the year, maybe. It's just really handy to have, and because it's that bit smaller and because it's slim, although this is one of the sort of tighter covers for the A6, I still feel like that's plenty of room. So I'm one of the few people that hasn't covered up this ugly yellow cover, and I'm kind of regretting it because it is really ugly. I could, if for instance I was to stop using this, I could tuck in this front cover here. I might end up doing that at some point, we'll see. But I put a couple of the stickers down before I saw other people covering the cover, and I don't want to hide these because I like them, so I'm just sort of living with the yellow for the time being. Just to talk you through these couple of stickers, I'll try and sort of list things down below, that's probably the best way, but a couple of stickers from Megan. This one is from Dapple and Dot, I think they're called. I got this particular sticker for Christmas from my sibling, and it's really cute. And this one is from Bodhi, also known as Slow Quest, a part of one of his sticker sheets. Inside front cover, I'm using this pocket that I had in my cousin last year, and it's holding a Gloomy, and I'll switch that up depending on kind of what the vibe is or something that I might be particularly struggling with. And because this comes with me virtually everywhere, if I'm struggling somewhere, it's kind of nice to have that to flip to really quickly. This is a sticker from Redbubble, but I quite like that it's kind of like Stranger in the Alps. It's got a Stranger in the Alps vibe without being Stranger in the Alps. And this Hell Yourself sticker, this was from someone on Etsy. I will link them because I can't for the life of me remember. Again, that's kind of like a positivity thing, but also sort of humorous, you know. If you know, you know on that one. This is a sticker from a local tattoo artist. I put this in yesterday because I went to see him and got a few bits done, so that's there. This is a sticker. I'll have to find the Etsy shop again. A friend gifted me the sticker, a postcard, and some other bits from this particular shop, which is fun. And also, you know, it's nice that it's a hello, I'm kind of at the beginning of the book, because it's almost like an introduction of sorts. And I've got a little Gloomy sticker here. On this page, I put these little dot stickers on, and the colours are, for me, it's done by season. I always sort of get a bit muddled up about when winter ends, when spring begins, and so on and so forth. So that just kind of helps give me a little bit of a visual guide to that. And then I've got the 2024 Gloomy from Megan here. So the sort of layout of the year that's normally under there, I never use it. So I feel like this was a perfect spot for this Gloomy, and I can, again, come back to it quite quickly. On this page, I do mood tracking at the minute. I'm just going to update, actually, because I think... Is it? It's the 21st. I'm actually a couple of days behind. Let me think. Okay, so that's that. Just gives me an indication of where I am. What I might even do is draw a line between the crosses so it feels a bit more like a bar chart. I feel like most of my days are neutral, which is fine. I don't really know what to say about that. So that's what I'll use these next few pages for. I've got this key here, which is actually for the calendar pages. It's just to give me a very quick, easy visual reference for when I've got appointments, when I've got social bits, and when there are tasks. So this was December. Most, yeah, 99% of the stickers are from Megan. And then I've got a stamp here. This came in something my partner got in the post. And it's sort of a Christmas themed sticker, so I pop that on the front. I've got a brief quote about December here. I've got major things that I wanted to get done in the month along the side. And then, yeah, appointments, tasks, and so on, interspersed with some festive stickers. These are actually Megan stickers, not from the winter set she did this year, but the previous year. I placed quite a big order with her in something like March, and the Christmassy ones were there, and I was like, I'm going to hang on to these until December time and really make the use of them, and that's what I went on to do. Similar thing for January. I do have a quote for January written down on my computer, so I'll pop that in probably in a little bit. Goals for the month, and then the same thing again with the dot stickers. There's not lots of decoration in here yet because I don't want to have it too chock-a-block and then not actually be able to put the practical stuff in here, but it gives you a sense of what's happening when. But I quite like, so I like that this is quite full on and detailed, but I quite like this more sort of sparse approach. And then I've made a little bit of a start for February as well. Post it here with some health stuff, so I'm going to put my hand over that. But yeah, some Megan stickers here, there and everywhere. And then future months are blank except for post-its with some health things that I need to get sorted. So the turning the page to a new year. At the time, I wasn't really sure what to do with this. I'm not 100% in love with how this is laid out, but it is what it is. So got a sticker here from Redbubble, the TBR, and that's what this is. It's my To Be Read for this year. I feel quite pleased. We're sort of 3-4 weeks into the year, and I think I've read like 2 or 3 books on here already. Maybe I'll sort of highlight them once they're done just to make it a bit clearer. And I've started A Court of Thorn and Roses, so I'm sure I'll be on that hype soon. And initially I had them in different categories, but then I realised that I'd forgotten some of my books, so then it's ended up just as sort of 2 different lists. So yeah, I could have made this tidier, but we are where we are with it. It's fine. I've done a little mood board for January. I like doing these at the beginning of each month. In my cousin last year, initially it was a goals or a to-do list, and I just kind of felt that was a lot of pressure. I need to break things down. Looking at a whole month feels like a lot. A day I can just about manage. A week sometimes is doable. So yeah, a general like mood or vibe board is much more my speed, I guess. And then here's January the 1st, and it gives you a sense of what the daily pages look like after this. So I imagine a lot of people lay out their pages in this way, but to-do list down the side, sort of tracker at the top for things that I try and make sure I do every day, largely around self-care, and then a log for what's been done in that day. And then I will put in photographs from my thermal printer or stickers or anything that's sort of relevant to that day. And then what I quite like to do is, under the to-do list, put down a sticker that's semi-relevant to the day. It doesn't have to be, and if it's not super relevant to the day, usually it'll be one of these little stars. So these stickers are from Megan, but this one's a paper shower one. So I'll do a quick flick through of January so far and then show you what's at the end. Something just to note on this actually is I had a media tracker in my cousin last year. Rather than doing that as such, once I finish a book, I'm just going to pop in a photograph of it. So I finished Haunting Season here, and then I've finished all the things they said we couldn't have here, which is nice to see how kind of quickly I got through those couple. As well as using stickers, so there's been quite a few Megan stickers. This one's from Noah. What's their shop called? I'll put their shop name. I've also bought a couple of stamps lately. So this one is a lovely illustration of some snowdrops, which there's been a lot of snow in the UK the last few days, so it's just sort of seasonally appropriate, I guess. And here's a photo of yesterday, my sibling and their partner, and here's today. Skipping ahead to the back, there's a notes section. A lot of these areas are blank. I'm not too sure what I'll do with them exactly, but they're there. They're ready for me to use as and when I want to. The My 100 list, I'm using it as a postage tracker. So just a couple of little stickers here that are along the right theme. So an envelope and a pair of scissors. I did get a couple of bits on Etsy today, so I'm just going to pop those in. So I put in what the thing is or where the thing's from with the date, and then I just cross it off once it's arrived. So those are those in there. I'm just going to grab this in case the ink is still wet, and I'll use it as a bookmark in a second. So yeah, the rest of these pages are blank at the minute. Next is a A6 Hon with these cats on the front. I'm using this as a health log, so you may see some jump cuts because I'm not going to show you lots of this because it's quite private, a lot of it. Firstly, at the front here, I'm using this sort of Calendex as a step tracker. And I'm putting a dot here by any day where I hit 10k steps. I've got a Fitbit watch. I'm using that to track this. Obviously, they're not 100% foolproof, but it's just enough to give me a guide about, am I doing anywhere near enough steps? Yesterday, I was on 9,440, so very close, but not quite there. Then the calendar spreads I'm using for sleep tracking. I've got this down the side, which is hours of sleep, generally get on okay. And then each morning I just do quick notes about how often, how well I slept, if I was interrupted at all, what I dreamed about, if I can remember the dreams. I have really weird dreams, sometimes I have very odd dreams, so I try and record it just to see if there's any themes or anything. And then I can correspond it to what I then talk about in the later pages. So then later in the sort of daily pages, I use this tip box at the top to do breakfast, lunch, dinner and any snacks. And then here I put in the headings for what I then go on to write about. So I'll just cover up this detail, but I write about fatigue because that's something I struggle with. I write about my pain levels because particularly at the moment that's something I struggle with. I'm currently awaiting an assessment around autism. So I'm tracking things I've particularly noted on that day that relate to that. Any exercise, medication that I'm on, my vitamins, and then sometimes there'll be a few notes left at the end. So I might do a couple of notes to say, I felt better in this respect today, or this is really bad today. Just to give me that bit of space, a little bit of venting space, but more, I try and do it from a very sort of factual point of view. Okay. So this book will also be part of my 2023 spread, but I will show you how I'm currently using it. Last year it was my Commonplace book, but now I'm putting weekly spreads in here. So you can see there's lots of notes in here. It would be nice to do a flip through at some point. The A6 doesn't have, you know, the sort of vertical weekly spreads. I sort of felt like I was missing that, so here we are. This is also a space where I'm kind of using the stickers that I've collected that I don't necessarily want to use in the A6. The A6 I'm generally keeping quite minimal, quite monochrome. I really like that aesthetically, and because I'm using it pretty much all day, every day, I just find that easy to work with. But here, I engage in a bit more creativity, a bit more silliness and that sort of thing. So I have the days of the week along the top. I have tasks here and what media I'm sort of consuming in that particular week. So I've got a couple of weeks worth of January we've done. I've started my sort of to-do list for next week here. And then I've spent this morning actually doing some spreads, and it was quite fun sitting and doing this. I had some videos on and it was just a good time. So here's what we've got to look forward to in the coming weeks. And I'm not necessarily going to consistently keep up with this, but it's a nice space to have, and it's enjoyable to sit and do it when I've got the time and the energy to do so. So yeah, that's that. This book I'm not going to open because this is very much like ranting space and like getting negative stuff out. It's a A5 book from Muji. They had a sale and I was like, well, black notebook, that's going to come in handy. Bit of washi tape here and then a couple of stickers from Megan. It's in an A5 Midori cover. It doesn't really need a cover because it doesn't leave the house, it doesn't leave this room, but I think it just looks, I don't know, quite smart and neat, and the nicer something looks, the more likely I am to use it, is the bottom line. So it's there for me to use for those situations. And then the last book is in this Hobonichi case. So this is the Voluto. It zips around like so. I had this for my cousin last year. I used it for the first few months, but didn't really get on with it that well. The book on the inside, oh yeah, it's fully tucked in, but I will sort of put the picture here. It's one of the spring releases from Hobonichi last year. I bought it at the time without a real purpose for it. It just looked pretty. But it's my Commonplace book for this year, and I like that it's big. The Moleskine that I used last year was a decent size, and I got on well with it, and it's, you know, got a bit of chunk. But I just like the fact that it's that bit bigger for longer articles. I've got dot stickers in here. They're quite big dots. So I initially bought these for potentially using in the A6 and misjudged the size. Whereas these are the ones, so these are the Stalogy ones that you sort of see about. Those are the ones I use in the A6, and then you can see how much bigger these ones are. So they come in useful, they've come in useful for the Commonplace, and because the pages are that bit bigger, it doesn't look too sort of unsightly. Got a couple of bits in here, just decorative really. So a business card from Megan. These are loyalty cards for a local business to me. So if I know I'm going to go to that place, I'll just grab them from out of here. And then this is, I think it's an oracle card. Yeah, it's an oracle card that I got from somebody, I think maybe somebody from Etsy or Depop or something like this. And they put this in with their order. And it's beautiful artwork. So it's just there. It's a nice little thing. I've not really put much decoration in here, but I've got a key. So copied out text, health things. So usually this would be articles or maybe affirmations, support with mental health, that kind of thing. Creative ideas, things about stationery and planners, tarot and astrology, recipes. I've got a blank one here. So this set of doc stickers just had a lot of colours. I'm not sure what I'll use green for yet, but then I've also got miscellaneous personal notes. So just have a quick flip through in here. So I started off with the Joan Didion on keeping a notebook. I compressed it because it is a very lengthy article. So what else have I got here? Oh yes, so this is an article about moving from the idea of unmasking to unearthing when it comes to talking about and coming to terms with being autistic. So that was quite lengthy again, but really useful. So these images weren't at all linked to it, but I just had this like gut instinct that they worked well with the ideas that were being spoken about. And this is just a little print off of one of Megan Rhiannon's illustrations about stimming. And there's, yeah, it's talking about unmasking. So the idea of openly stimming, again, it just sort of connected in my head. And also because it's quite lengthy, it helps break the text up a bit. Planner talk. This is a tarot reading that I did for the year ahead with a couple of images. An article about commonplacing. Yeah, with a couple of pictures. More tarot stuff. Quotes. Oh, okay. So, yeah, this is the January quote that I want to copy up into the A6 from Sylvia's Bath. This is some commonplacing about Iceland, which you'll have seen in my my sort of last video, if you watch that. And then a few quotes here. I've not done masses so far in January. I was quite poorly at the beginning of the month and just been quite busy with work and so on. So that's that really.